All right, good afternoon, good night, good morning, wherever you are. Tonight, my time, we're going to talk about the London daybreak strategy. All right. Now, for everyone that's part of Team Freedom, um, Compound Interval, Focus Freedom, all extensions of Team Freedom, um, this is where we make our first initial earnings for the day. Okay. We make it at London daybreak. Right. And what that means essentially, this is when the London session opens and financial institutions are about to process transactions from the day before. Okay? The minute they start processing transactions, it's going to affect the Forex market and the market begins to move. Okay? I believe, if I'm not wrong, I always get this wrong, but mixed up. I think the London session is the biggest trading session, if I'm correct. And then it's the New York session after that. Or it could be the New York, then the London. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter to me because we're going to make money in it anyway. All right. So the goal of this call is to show everyone how we make money. All right. And um, the overall purpose is to show you how you could be making minimum 10% ROI on your balance every single morning. All right. Every single morning, you should be making 10%. Okay. Now I know there's some days where news comes out and the market is a little unstable, and I'm gonna address all of that. Okay, but what I'm gonna teach you all right here is just basically the basics, the foundation of learning how to trade with the London daybreak strategy, right? And once we understand that, then we're gonna go into one of the days this week where potential news could affect the session. All right, guys? So, any further ado, let's begin. All right, so I gave you all a kind of rundown on what is the London session and why this strategy came about, okay? It was invented by some guy who works at another Forex trading company, and he just observed the market over a while, and he realized every time the London session opens, okay, let me go to my pound pairs. So let me copy this. Let me go to my pound pairs, all right, since we're talking about pounds, right? If you guys don't know what pounds are, for any new people, I'm going to be very granular in this call. If you don't know what pounds are, it stands for Great Britain pound, which is the currency of the UK, okay? All right. And let's just go to the favorite one. GBP, JPY. Whoa, who's writing on my screen? Let's not do that, guys. Let's not do that. This call has to be recorded for YouTube, okay? All right. All right, so we're here at GBP, JPY, all right? As I said, what's going to happen, all right? Every day, everyone in here is going to, if you're not a morning person, well, I'm sorry. You're going to turn into a morning person, all right? If you want to make that 10% return on your money every single day for the week, you have to become a morning person, okay? So what happens as soon as the London session opens, okay, we monitor from the hour time frame, okay, we monitor the first hour candle that is formed for that London session, okay? So I'm gonna do it all on my MetaTrader 4 because the thing with obtaining entries for the London session is very broker specific, okay? Which means, and I'm gonna elaborate later on, but I'm gonna just give you a heads up right now. It is broker specific, all right? So this is essentially what happens. Let's go to Friday. Today is the 5th, November the 5th, 2017. Let's go back to Friday, the 3rd of November, 2017, all right? I'm on my MetaTrader 4 platform right now. Okay, I'm showing this on my desktop, but you could do this on your phone, which is what I do before we administer all the entry prices, TPs, and stop losses for everyone. All right, so what you want to do, this right here, you see how this says 0 at the bottom, right? So you see time 2017, November the 3rd, 0000, right? So that is midnight essentially. Okay. Everyone please mute their mics. I can't keep going back and forth to mute your mics. Okay. I can't read the chats. Can't hear. No audio. Can everyone hear me? Type Y if you can hear me. Okay. If one person says Y, then we proceed. All right. So right here, where was I? Right here. This is the beginning of Friday, okay? Right here. How we know this? Time. It says at the bottom, you see how it says 2017 11.03000? Well, that means this is the beginning of the day, all right? Essentially, this is 12 o'clock my time, all right? Or whatever time you're at, okay? So on your MetaTrader, it's going to show up as 10 o'clock. I don't know, I don't understand why, but it doesn't really matter to me, right? All I know, this is when London 12 o'clock is, and what we need to do, we need to go to when the London session opens, okay? So London session is going to open at different times for different time zones, all right, guys? It is your responsibility to find out what time does London session open for you, right? Right now, I'm gonna tell you what time it is, and everyone needs to do their own conversion, okay? For the States, all right? Anyone who is in Central Time, okay? It opens at 2 a.m. Yes, last night we just had our daylight savings, which means we went back an hour in time, all right? Just like Europe did last week. So everyone went back an hour in time. So London session opens at 2 a.m. I'm here in Texas, right? Central Time, okay? Now, this for Trinidad would be 4 a.m. and for Nigeria, it will be 9 a.m., okay? Because I believe Trinidad is 2 hours ahead of me right now. Nigeria is 5 hours ahead of Trinidad, all right? This is good for people in Trinidad because they never, lose an hour or gain an hour with daylight savings, but everyone else around the world does, okay? So what happens is as soon as the London session opens at 2 a.m., what we want, right? You want to go on your hour time frame, not 30 minutes, not 4 hours. You want to stick on your hour time frame, okay? And what you want for 1 hour to pass before we start looking for any entries for our buy stops and sell stops, okay? Essentially what this means, I'm going to zoom in, okay? Let's go back and find where we were. Oh, okay, that threw me off a little bit. This is this. Well, I guess everyone can see still, right? You want 1 hour to pass, all right? So if London opens at 2 a.m. right here, all right? See that says 2 right there, guys? 2 a.m. What you want 1 hour to pass, all right? So you want this candle to form, okay? Let's try to zoom in again. I hope I don't lose it. Let's see, 11, 9, 4. Come on, be nice. This is why I don't use MetaTrader 4. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to zoom back out. So we want 1 hour to pass, right? As soon as 1 hour passes, what you want to do on your MetaTrader 4, on your phone also, okay? You want to in settings, you want to put in the OHLC settings and turn it on, okay? What does OHLC mean? It stands for open, high, low, closed. I wish I knew how to draw on here, but I'm terrible with MetaTrader 4. I need to do better with this, but it stands for open, high, low, close, okay, guys? So I'm gonna go back to TradingView where I'm more comfortable. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write everything that y'all need to know over here, right? I'm gonna do OHLC, okay? Do O, open, H, high, L, low, C, close, okay? Everyone should know this. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna put it right here on the screen. Y'all see that? So if you're using TradingView for practice, right? Strictly for practice, because we don't use TradingView to figure out our coordinates. Only MetaTrader 4. What you want to do, okay? You want to go right-click on the page, go into Properties. Here's my Properties. Sorry. Right-click, Properties. Okay. Scales, background, right here. On the background, you want to go check this box. Right? You see these numbers right here, OHLC. You want to make sure that's checked, because if it's unchecked, they will disappear, okay? So make sure they're checked. Equivalent for MetaTrader 4, okay, guys? You just have to go in settings and find out where this OHLC is, okay? Now, once that is on, what that allows, all right, it allows me to figure out what is the open, the high, the low, and the close of these hour candles, okay? Okay, everyone's hearing, great. Okay, so we go back to MetaTrader 4, and I hover over this candle, which is the 2 a.m. candle that just closed. Okay, remember this is US specific, right? You have to figure out what it is for Trinidad and Nigeria and whatever country you are around the world, right? As soon as this closes, then another candle is going to begin to form. Now, what we do, we use the coordinates off of the first closed hour candle, okay? The first 1 hour closed candle as soon as the London session has opened, right? Now, as you can see, as I'm hovering over it, there's that OHLC acronym is there also, right? OHLC, right? And it has some numbers next to it. Now that gives me, again, I might be so repetitive, but I have to make sure I drill this into you. That is the open, the high, the low, and the close of that candle. Mute your mic, guys. Make sure everyone is muted. Okay, everyone keep your mic muted. Okay. Yeah, Damien, thanks for that. All right. Now, once this candle is closed, all you're concerned about is taking the high and the low, all right? If you don't know what the high and the low of a candle is, I'm gonna show you right now. This is a candle. You see this long thing right here? This is a candle. All of these are candles. Candles are composed of a open, which is the top of the body, right? A close, which is the close of the body, a high, which is the highest point it ever went, represented by the top of the wick, and the low of the lowest point it ever went, represented by the lowest point the wick ever went, right? And what this essentially means, these wicks, right? What these wicks mean, it means the body at one point in time covered this entire wick. It covered this entire skeletal, and then it pulled back and revealed the skeletal structure of the wick, aka, the skeletal structure of the candle, aka the wick. Okay. So once again, This is the high, this is the open, this is the close, and this is the low, okay? So on our candle, right, all we concerned about on the close of this 2 a.m. candle, okay, all we're concerned about is the top of this wick and the bottom of that wick. Wish I could zoom in, guys, but I keep losing the candle. See that? Keep losing it. All right. So how the strategy usually works, right? By default, and I'm gonna go back to TradingView for this. How it works by default. Let's see if I could find it on MetaTrader 4. All right. I'm using FXCM as the broker over here. Okay. How it works by default. Change my cursor. All right. And let's go back to the third over here also, which was somewhere around here. Okay, that's the third. All right, 2 a.m., right? So when this candle had closed, well, actually, that was last week. Last week, it was at 3 a.m. because of daylight saving, all right? So it was this candle right here. What you want to do, okay, on this candle, you want to take the high, okay, the H, and you want to take the L, the low, and do simple math upon them, okay? Now, what this math is, all right, to find out what the high, I mean, your entry point for your buy stop, okay, I'm going to start writing here, text, okay, for your buy stop, right, because what we do, we set a buy stop and a sell stop, okay, because we don't know, I guess we could tell based upon technical analysis, but we set 2 entry points, a buy stop and a sell stop, in case the market goes in either direction. Okay, so because in the past, what they have observed is once the market goes beyond the high or the low of the first 1 hour candle when the London session began, it tends to travel in that direction for a minimum of 15 to 20 pips, all the way to a max of, I think, 100 pips, all right? That is the average standard, okay? So what we do, we set a buy stop, okay? And we set a sell stop. Now, how do you know what is the entry price for this buy stop and the sell stop, okay? Well, the entry price, okay? Entry price, I'm gonna abbreviate that EP, right? Is always gonna be, you're gonna plus 10 pips to the high, okay? And for the sell stop, copy this, paste it. It's going to be, what it tends to be by default is minus 5 pips of the low, okay? Currently, we have a formula sheet that does this for us, and it uses 10 pips. It does not go 5, right? So for the purpose of this video, we're going to say the buy stop is 10 pips, add 10 pips to the high, and the sell stop is minus 10 pips from the low. All right, guys? Now, what does this mean? This means if you're looking at, whoa, where did it go? Did I not save it? Ah, my gosh. Okay, let me just type that back over. It's not my night right now. No, I'm gonna take off the time. Because I don't want no one getting mixed up with the time. I'm gonna say of the previous 1 hour candle, okay? Okay, let's make this a little smaller. Okay, and I'm gonna put a note up here saying time is specific. I'll say this is time zone specific. Okay. Doing this as though everyone here have now joined IML. You don't know anything. So I have to be super granular with it, right, guys? Okay. So, okay. So, if this was the candle right here, all right, when it closed, I would have looked at the high right here, 148994. I would have opened my calculator. All right, let's move all this around so we can see the background. Okay. If anyone doesn't know how to calculate pips, IML Academy. You have no business trading until you can calculate pips. All right. So for the buy stop, what I want to do, I want to say add, all right, 10 pips onto this, which is 0.10. Okay. Well, yeah, that didn't work out well, but what it is it's going to be 150. Yeah, well, actually, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Sorry, guys, that's correct. 149.094, right? And for the sell stop, the low is 148.720. And what you want to do, so 720, you want to minus 10 pips from that, all right? There we go, right? So your buy stop was plus 10 pips on this, and your sell stop was minus 10 pips on this, all right? Now, we have a formula sheet that does all of this for you, but in case you want to do it all manual, right, I'm showing you how to do it manual. Now, what we have found in the past is that you can guarantee get about 15 to 20 pips. I go for 20, right? You guarantee get 15 to 20 pips in whichever direction the market decides to move, all right? Now, what is the stop loss? Because we're always going to trade with a stop loss, guys, all right? Always trade with a stop loss during the session, all right? The stop loss for the buy stop, all right, is going to be the low. The stop loss is going to be the low for the buy stop is going to be the low of the candle. All right. So let's go back over the candle right here. Wait, where was it? Right. So the buy stop, the low would be, the stop loss would be the low of the candle, right? And for the sell stop, the stop loss will be the high of the candle. All right, you'll get that? I'm gonna write some more notes. I'm gonna edit this. Actually, I don't need that anymore. I'm gonna write everything right here, okay? So for buy stop, all right, I'm gonna say entry price is that, all right? Let's remove this. It's plus 10 pips to the high, all right? The stop loss is gonna be equal to the low of the candle, all right? And then TP, we're gonna go for plus 15 to 20 pips, all right? Some days, guys, you could get 100 pips, right? But we're going for guaranteed amount of pips, all right? Now let's do the sell stop. The sell stop, let's remove all this, okay? The stop loss, what it is going to equal the high of the candle. And when I say the candle, I mean, I'm gonna put it here. This is the key, right? The candle equals or is the close of the first room. Let's put first short abbreviated. The close of the first 1 hour candle when the London session opens. Okay, so when I say the candle, that's what I mean. All right, guys, the candle. Put it in bold. Oh, italics. It's messing up the whole thing. Whatever. All right, and then for the TP, you want to go for the sell stop. You want to go minus 15 to 20 pips, right? Because you're going down. Okay. So there's everything. I want everyone. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. All right, and I'm gonna post it off to everyone in the group. As soon as this comes through, we're going to go in a 5-minute intermission. I mean, a 5-second intermission, and everyone is going to copy this and paste it somewhere. All right. So everyone take that and post it somewhere. Keep it on you, right? Keep that screenshot on you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to extra effort for all of you. I'm going to screenshot this, okay? And I'm going to post it out to the groups later on. Now, all of this, what I showed you all, is a lot of manual work. And it could get very tedious, and you could possibly miss the entry because, I don't know, the market is going too fast. So, because we are a team and a family, and we got people who know a lot of Excel skills on here, I believe it was Leslie, created this awesome Excel sheet for us where we could essentially be lazy, okay? We can be as lazy as we want, all right? And what this Excel sheet does, it has a bunch of formulas that figures out what is the entry price for the buy, the entry price for the sell stop, the stop loss, and a range of take profits from 15 pips to 100 pips for all 6 GBP pairs. Okay? In case I didn't mention that, guys, you could do this on all 6 GBP pairs, right? All pound pairs, right? And what is even more amazing, after you have watched my risk management video, which I know all of you have done because everyone wants to manage their risk, you go and you take your, and you take your lot size, okay? Let's say it was 0.04. You put it at the top of the sheet, 0.04, and check this magic. It calculates how much money you're gonna make. Wow. Wow. Now, what's so amazing about this, right, is that if you know you need to make $84 for 20% your first day, well, you could essentially know, well, if I'm going for 15 pips on each trade, you can start just doing simple math. Just keep adding up all the profits you're going to make. Or you will know how to trade to make that 20%. You see how these sheets work together, guys? This is why this is our secret sauce. We don't give no one this, all right? No one. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to input a trade, all right? So all you need to do, you come on the charts with your cursor, you see this right here? You say, okay, the high was 148.883. Everyone see that? 148.883, right? What I would do, I'll come in right here. This was last weekend, right? This was Friday. 148.883. The minute I hit enter, watch what happens. Boom. It gives me an entry price and a bunch of take profits. However, my stop loss is not set yet. Why? because the stop loss of the buy stop is the low of the 2 a.m. close candle, right? So we need to put in our low. So we come back to the charts, right? We look at the low, 148.710. I come in here, 1.48710. It's already set, right? But let's imagine it wasn't set. So I'm gonna come in 148.710. Boom. You'll see that? Entry price is 10 pips above the high. How do I know it's 10 pips? Just add 0.1, 0.10, okay? Simple math. The stop loss is the low of the previously closed candle. You see that? 710. Then it calculates how far. Wow, I've never seen this. Okay, guys, I'm having a learning a learning piece right here. It tells us how far the stop loss is in terms of pips. Okay, this is amazing. I've never seen this. All right, what would be nice is if we could get Leslie, if you're out there, let's get a monetary value over here. All right, so it tells you how much pips is to your stop loss. Okay, the difference between your entry and your stop loss, right? Difference between these two in terms of pips, 38, right? And then it gives you a 15, a 20, a 25, a 50, and a 100 pip TP. Okay, let's do another pair. GBP CAD. Okay, let's throw this on the screen. Let's go our chart. All right, going back to the November the 3rd, 2 a.m. was right here. When this candle closed, the high was 1.67204. 6720. Actually, that was Friday. Sorry. On Friday, the candle was the 3 a.m. candle. Is this a 3 a.m.? No, it's 2 a.m. right here. 2 a.m. 1 a.m. Oh, yeah, it was this. 667. Where is it? 67204. Okay. 67204. Boom. And the low was where is it? 67113. All right. Let's just say it's 2 a.m. guys. 113. Okay. Now, as you can see, the entry price is 10 pips above the high, and the stop loss is the low of the candle. Okay. Tells you how far. A 38. Oh, it doesn't tell you. Okay, this is not calculation. It tells you what a 38 pip stop loss will be. See that, guys? It tells you what a 38 pip stop loss will be, which is, I guess, our standard is 20 to 30 pips. So that's close enough, all right? Then it gives you all of your TPs for both your buy and your sell. Now, let me read any questions real quick. Which energy pairs always hit TP? Okay. All right, yeah, that's what I'm about to go over now, guys. Okay, so what we do based on experience, right? We have only been doing this what? I don't know, less than 2 months. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. Dr. P only introduced this to us about less than 2 months ago. All right. So you have essentially 6 Pong pairs, right? 6 prefixed Pong pairs. All right. If everyone remembers, a pair is made up of 2 currencies. There's 6 letters, 6 characters in a currency. The first 3 make up, there's 6 characters in a pair. The first 3 characters make up the first currency. The last 3 characters make up the last currency, right? So you want to find all prefixed GBP pairs, all right? Oh, look what's going on here. Looks like it's going to go to the upside tomorrow, guys. But you want to go find all 6 of them, right? And I'm going to call them out right now. It's GBP NZD, GBP Chef, which is Swiss, GBP Aussie, Australian dollar, GBP yen, JPY, GBP CAD, there's a Canadian, and GBP USD, US dollar, okay? Okay, now what do? We trade 3 to 4 of them, okay? Based on experience, that the ones that hit TP consistently. And these are GBP USD, GBP CAD, GBP yen, and I'll move this guy. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go from my favorite to my second favorite to my third favorite to my fourth favorite to my fifth favorite to the one that I hate, GBP NZD. Okay. So what we're gonna do and what we do for all of you, I or whoever wakes up, and we send out a screenshot, right? We go and we figure out all the highs and the lows, right? For CAD, yen, USD, and Chef, right? And we cut it off at 20 pips because we don't want people getting greedy and going beyond 20 pips, even though some days it could go as high as 100 pips, all right? You have to make that judgment call on your own, all right? I could only do so much, or we could only do so much, all right? And we send out 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs, okay? Now, I will tell you, the GP AUD, some days it moves really nice, and I trade it, okay? Some days I'll trade it, but I will trade it with a lower lot size, okay? Now, let's look at the past, right? Because some days it's gonna move far, right? And when I say it moves far, let's take last week, for example. It moved at least, I don't know, what was last week? Here, 3M, so it moved, came down, and then it went up. I don't know, my computer is sticking like this. It's about 60 pips, right? Before, it moved about 60 pips before non-farm payroll came on, right? For the entire morning, okay, you would have gotten at the high, 10 pips off the high, and then it would have gone, it's all right. It went about 55 pips, 50, let's say 50, give or take with your spread included, all right? Wow, you all see this moving right here? Hold on. That'd be a live trading session right now. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. But essentially, we go for 15 to 20 pips because that's guaranteed. Now, what happens if you see it moving aggressively on your charts? Like it really wants to go up. Because I remember one day, this thing went up like 100 pips. I think this is it right here. All right? I think this is it right here. Yeah, right here. One day, this thing went up. Oh, this was not a good day for me, guys. I'm going to admit it. It should have been, but some stuff got crossed up. Where's my, here we are. So let's check this out. Oh, come on, what are you doing? I think I need to reboot my my laptop. Okay, so it moved. Oh my gosh, 200 pips, 200 and something pips, if I saw that number correct. Okay, 260 pips. All right. So some days it could break all rules and go way beyond all these TPs, right? And at that point, you just, you put on your swimsuit, you pull out your surfboard, and you ride this bad boy, okay? You do what we call a trailing stop profit, all right? You move your stop loss to your entry price, and for every 30 pips it moves in the direction you want it, you trail it by 20 pips behind, all right? So what we are going to do for y'all, all right? And I'm pretty sure you have seen it. Let me see if I can pull up the Telegram group. All right, Telegram, Team Freedom Signals. They're going to come through like this every single morning, right? Like this. All 4 pairs. Now, all you have to do, you have 2 jobs. Wake up and plug these in. Buy stop, sell stop. Okay, plug them in. Now, what to do when one activates? Do you delete the other? Well, you can, but price is not guaranteed to move in that direction all day. All right. What I would advise is yes, go ahead and delete it. Why? Because you're going to make your 10% for the day in the direction it's going to move. Right? And when you make it 10%, what do? We come out the market. All right? If that is your daily goal. But if 20% is your daily goal, well, then you have some catching up to do. Now, let me show you all exactly why it could make you 10%. All right? Let me show you why. Let me look at these questions real quick. The stop loss calculation at the bottom of the chart to give dollar risk in. Okay. Can you please show us the trailing stop loss? Yes. The trailing stop loss is nothing more than this. Let's go to, sorry if I'm flipping through things a lot right now. Blow this up. This is where a trailing stop loss, or AKA a stop profit is. Wait, hold on. Guys, y'all just see, why is the yen buying so much? Sorry, something is going on in the market. GBP USD is dying and GBP yen is buying. That makes no sense in my eyes. Oh, that means GBP 80 is probably going up like, okay, maybe he's not moving as fast. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. What a trailing stop profit is, right, is this essentially. Let's say GP JPY, right? Let's say you look how this thing is pushing. Oh my gosh, and the EMAs are coming behind it. Are y'all seeing this? All right, let's say you got in here, right? You got in right here, right where these EMAs are touching this wick. Well, what you want to do, mute your mic, guys. Oh, yen news, okay. All right. What you want to do, guys, is if you got in right here, right? As soon as this thing moves about 20 pips, you want to set your stop loss to your entry price exactly where you got in, right? So if you got in, let me take this. I don't know why my thing. Let's say you got it right here, right? 149247, right? And your stop loss was 30 pips below, which will be 148947, right? 30 pips below. Well, as soon as this thing moves 20 pips up, which will be 149.447, I'm just doing math in my head, guys, all right? Which is a ridiculously small movement, all right? Yeah, 48 up here. You want to move your stop loss right to your entry price. That way, if price ever decides to come back, it stumps you out at your entry at nothing. You risk nothing at that point in the trade. You understand that? You risk nothing. It's a free trade. However far price goes, everything beyond that point is just money, profits for you. All right. Now, let's address a question, because this is how to execute London Daybreak, right? Let's address this major question. What do I do when news is about to be released during the London Daybreak? All right. Well, that is a very valid question. Hold on, guys. What you want to do, all right? Let's go look at the calendar to see if there's an occurrence of that this week. All right, so everyone is going to know. I don't want to look in the past because you can't change the past, but you can change your future, right? Ooh, Australian news want to come out now? See this? Money right here. Wrap it and write it. All right, let's see. Monday, it's going to be a good trading day. Tuesday, all right, boom. Two lows. I don't know if that's going to do anything. Let's keep going throughout the week. A low. So nothing. Okay. Oh, okay, right here. Don't mind that this green, it means low impact. When you put three lows together, that's essentially one medium and a low. You put four mediums together, that's essentially two highs, all right? So we're going to be entering, let's say you still have trades in, all right? This is 4:30 my time, right? So I would have entered my trades at 3 a.m. Let's say they're still going. They haven't TP'd yet. Well, what I would have done, me personally, all right, by this point, I would expect that I will be in profits, okay? So what I would do is I will do a trailing stop profit. I will move my entry price, my stop loss to my entry price, okay? Now, this is a good scenario. But what if, theoretically speaking, what if this was, I don't know, 3 a.m., right? As soon as you're about to enter trades, what do? Do you wait or do you enter them? You wait. You wait and you see what news does. Okay, then you enter your entry price for your buy stop, sell stops. Okay, what if news is coming out 30 minutes right after it's time to put in entries? Well, at that point, it's a personal um, a personal preference. You could decide, you know what, I don't want to risk it today. I'm just gonna stay out the market. Or you could just be MacGyver and jump in there, buy stop, sell stop, and hope price action obeys and goes in your direction. There's no set answer for that, guys. All right? You have the option. We can't make you press a button on your phone, all right? You have the option to either trade or not trade. You do what you feel most comfortable with. Because at the end of the day, this is your money, right? And no financial losses, they hurt. Okay, so in a nutshell, this is how you trade London daybreak. All right, everyone needs to be figuring out when does London session open for them in their time zone. Okay, for me in the US Central Time, I'm gonna go over it one more time. It's 2 a.m. It's gonna open, and then I'm gonna be trading off of the 3 a.m. candle. For Trinidad, it opens at 4 a.m. Okay, and y'all are gonna be trading off of the 5 a.m. candle, right? The close of the 4 a.m., you enter on the 5 a.m. For Nigeria, I believe it is the close of the 9 a.m. candle. So you're going to enter trades at 10 a.m. Okay? If I'm correct. And we trade GBP USD, GBP CAD, GBP Yen, GBP Chef, Swiss, right? CHF. And you could trade GBP AED. Now, the point that I wanted to hit, how does this equate to 10% a day? Well, very easily. All right, let me show you. Let's say you had $100 in your account. All right, 10% for the first day would be $10, right, guys? Well, if you're going for 10%, then this would be around 100 pips. All right, 100 pips will keep your risk at 3% per trade. Let's go make sure that's correct. I don't want to say anything that's not right. $100, 3% risk, 30 pip stop loss, Euro USD, GP JPY, boom. All right, yeah, 0.01, right? 0.011. You can't enter the that last number, all right? So that's correct. Well, that means you need to gain 100 pips in the market, right? If you're going to only go 3% risk to get 10%. Well, you only trade in 4 pairs, right? And let's say you go 20 pips per pair, right? So 4 times, you know what? Let's not do that. 4 times 15 pips per pair, right? Well, that's only 60. So you're about 40 pips short of your 10% for the morning. What do you do? That is the question. Well, this is where twin trading could come in to help you, all right? Now, if you only need 40 more pips, all right, it's simple math. That means you do not need to twin trade every single pair, because then you end up doing this, making 120 pips, which is, people say, well, I'm not complaining, all right? And now say, well, yeah, it's good, but what I'm going to show you is just simple math, right? If the difference is 40 pips, then that means you could essentially twin trade just 2 more pairs for a grand total of 30 pips, plus your 60 pips, which will give you 90. Now you're short 10 pips, right? So maybe you trade you twin trade 1 more pair, right? Plus 15 pips. This is if you're doing a 15 pip TP, okay? So now you have 105. You've made it 10%, okay? You see why there's no need to quadruple and triple trade during London? There's no need, all right? But let's say, well, let's say, well, Aaron, I'm only trading 3 pairs. I don't like GBP Chef, all right? Okay, well, in that case, I would say go your 3 pairs, 20 pips each. That's 60, right? And then you twin trade 2 of them, right? Plus 20 pips for 1 twin trade, plus 20 pips for another twin trade, 100 pips. All right, this is where twin trading helps make you 10%. So this is why I said there's no reason why no one should be making 10% every morning. Now the beauty of this, right? The beauty of this, guys, is that you could set it and go back to sleep. All right, you could set it and go back to sleep. All right, you do not need to just stay up and watch your phone all the time. Okay, so right, yeah. So right there, that's 10% for the day. I showed you all guaranteed 10% for the day easily. All right, easily 10%. All right, if you do 10% every single day on a $100 account, okay, by the 25th trading day, you're gonna have, just doing London alone, you're gonna have $1,000. All right, and that's just 10%. All right, I'm not gonna show any more than 10%, because this is pure math right here, and I'm gonna let everyone make their own judgment call. But I was just here to show y'all why it is possible you could make your 10% every day just trading London alone, okay? And essentially, we're going to be sending out all the trades. All right, remember I said you only have one job. Get up and put them in your phone. All right, get up and just put them in your phone. So in a nutshell, that is how to execute the London session. All right, I showed you the 4 pairs that we trade. They're going to come through the signals chat every single morning. You input them and you walk away, or you go to sleep. All right, or you watch it. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. All right, and you could trade GBP and you could trade GBP NZD. That there's no rules not to. Just personally, we don't send them out based upon what we've seen in the past. All right, but You could trade all of them and make 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. That's 90. All right? You're super close to you're super close at that point to obtaining your 100 pips and 10% for the day. You'll see that? So what I want everyone to do is take time to understand everything I've said. All right? Once you have understood everything I've said, just wake up, take the trades, and build your money slowly. Slowly but surely, okay? And any support you need, we're here. I'm gonna post this recording on the YouTube channel if you need to go over and look over it because you didn't understand anything. I'm gonna post the Excel sheet again. Please save it. All right, save it in case you want to calculate what is the extra amount of pips that you TPs that you might want to use instead of our 20 and 25. All right. And that's easy because you could just take our high and lows and plug them into the sheet and be like, oh, you know what? I want to go 25 pips. But what we suggest is 10 to 15 for those 4 pairs. All right. Disclaimer, past profits does not guarantee future profits. And that is it, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the recording here, but I'm going to take questions.